Are you keeping up with influencer marketing strategies, influencer collaboration strategies, the changes in that market and the changes in working with different types of influencers that are going on in the marketplace that can help you supersize and grow your business? Are you paying any attention to influencer marketing strategies or influencer strategies or collaborations at all? If not, I suggest you take a look at it. It is one of the fastest, easiest ways to leverage other people's audiences to reach the people that you're here to reach. We've talked about this before, but I want to cover more the changing and how it's changing to collaborate with and the types of influencers that I recommend my people collaborate with in order to get the results that we want. Everything we do in business, at least in our businesses, is data driven and aimed at serving our customers better, creating and making the world a better place, and making sure that we can run and maintain a profitable business, right? Something that makes the world a better place as well as taking care of us and our families and those we love and care about and the causes that are important to us in the world. So how do we go about doing that? Now, we've talked about macro influencers and celebrities. Those were the traditional influencers that weren't called influencers then, but they were the people that businesses would partner with or call on or usually hire for advertising or for campaigns to grow and their audience and to reach people that they, as the business themselves, probably didn't think they could reach. We've seen celebrity sponsorships for my entire lifetime. Grew up in the day when we had television commercials, and I noticed that trend's coming back, much to my dismay. I can't believe when you pay for a streaming service, you now have to put up with ads. Kind of, I get it. Everybody needs to make some money to keep the lights on, but it's still kind of frustrating. Although it does offer many, many bathroom breaks. So that was how influencers and how people got started in using other people to help promote and share their products and services. Nowadays, they've gone from macro influencers, which are people with 100,000 plus or millions of followers that people want to go out and vie for and fight for, which is very competitive, right? To get them to sponsor your products or services or your company, and gone to macro influencers. Macro influencers are people on social media that have less than 100,000 followers. I did not make this up. I'm just sharing how it's defined in internet world, influencer world terms. Now, the trend I really like and have been using and recommending that my clients use is the nano influencers. A nano influencer is somebody that usually has like 1,000 followers or less, but they're extremely engaged. They are, it's like having the 1,000 followers to grow and build and supersize your business. We've talked about that in the past as well. 1,000 true fans. And there's a book, I believe, by that same name. I can't remember who wrote it. But when you have 1,000 true fans, your business will take off and you'll be able to supersize it. And it's kind of the same thing with the nano influencers. 1,000 followers with a leader that has a voice that they respond to and listen to because they're authentic and they've got actually relationships built with their smaller audience. They can be more effective than working with a celebrity or a macro influencer, because a macro influencer everybody loves just because they're a famous actor or a politician or whatever, or hates. It goes both ways. And they don't necessarily have a whole lot of sway and pull with their audience. I know are actors and actresses and famous people that I like. Some I follow, most I don't, but they're not gonna sway me to buy or try any product or service, because I know in most instances they're getting paid to do that on the macro level. And I think it kind of takes away the authenticity and trust when somebody is getting paid to do something. And also keep in mind, when you are paying someone to do something, absolutely positively be transparent and disclose that you're doing that in your content or in your messaging, because nothing worse than people finding out you're acting like you've got this little authentic relationship, and people will find out in this day and age, it's easy to find out anything, that it's just a money transaction. You're going to lose credibility and you're going to have a hard time implementing this strategy later on. Always be truthful, trustworthy, authentic, transparent when possible. That is my advice. Be who you are. Be unapologetically for what you're for, and unapologetically against what you're against, right? I stand against evil, man. I hate evil stuff. And nobody's going to tell me that it's okay, that something evil in my face is the truth when I know it's a lie. Evil is always a lie. It's even got lie in the lettering. So strategic approaches to influencer collaborations. What are some that we want to make sure we're using? Number one, data-driven decision-making and selection of your influencers, ones that you want to even approach about working with you. And you need to do your homework. You need to have someone in your organization. If it's not going to be you, when I'm choosing who I'm going to work with, I do that myself. I don't farm that out to anyone because I want to make sure that there's a core values match, a culture match, etc. for my businesses. Other people are perfectly comfortable farming it out because they think, and they believe rightfully, that an expert in that area will be better at picking and choosing than they might be. But then again, remember to choose your experts and the people you collaborate in any area of your business really, really wisely. You only have one bad business partner before you learn that lesson. So data-driven selection, analyze the metrics, engagement rates, their audience engagement. Go look at their stuff. If they are sponsoring or sharing like 80% products on their channel and they're not producing a ton of good content that engages their followers, then it's probably not a good fit for any business, especially all the businesses that are already paying them to promote them. Build long-term partnerships. And this is another one I talk about a lot with so many people. It's like the lifetime value of a customer. Are you going for the long term with your customers, or you just want a one and done? Some businesses are set up for a one and done. None of the ones I work with anymore because it's too much work. It's too much repetitive work. If you automate it, fine. But if you don't, you will burn out before you ever get your systems in place. Content co-creation. Create content with the influencer to make sure that you get some say and that it is in alignment with your company and your company's values and things. Leverage different platforms. I guess that goes without saying. Instagram, TikTok, which I am not on, YouTube, LinkedIn. I didn't put Facebook because I don't agree with them in a lot of stuff, but I use Facebook every day because I have 2 billion plus followers, right? Algorithm changes. Anything we don't own or control, we are going to be subject to flowing with the changes in their strategies, in their policies, in their way of showing what they show of ours or not to who we want to see it or not. Unless we're paying for advertising dollars, which I don't talk about that because it's not one of my favorite strategies. Algorithms are always going to change. There's things that we can count on changing in life. There's not very many things that are guaranteed in life, but change is guaranteed. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen no matter what. So we need to be prepared for it. How I like to do that is create evergreen content, valuable content, live videos, stories, native content to the platform that you're on, things like that. Those things will keep you safe no matter what algorithm changes come down the pipe. The only thing that doesn't keep you safe is if you get banned from a platform, then guess what? There's thousands of other platforms out there that you can utilize. Measure your success with influencer collaborations. If you're not measuring it, why are you doing it? And so it's interesting. Back in the olden days, when I was growing up in business, advertising was just throwing money into a black hole for the most part because there was no data on how well your stuff was performing or not. Nowadays, there's so many ways to measure whether it's effective or not. And listen to those metrics, right? If they're telling you something's flopping, it's flopping and it needs some changes. But watch your engagement metrics. Specifically, watch your conversion metrics. We want people to be engaged, but if they're still not taking the action we want them to, there's no point to it. Also track, and it's a little more difficult, but with AI, it's becoming easier, brand sentiment, and do analysis of that and see how people actually are perceiving and receiving your brand and your collaborations with different influencers. Ethical considerations, I don't feel like I should have to talk about this, but I absolutely positively do. Transparency, I mentioned it earlier. Disclosure of sponsored content or sponsored collaborations. If you're paying somebody to recommend something, somehow you better disclose that, because people are going to find out and you're going to lose all credibility, and that could actually kill your collaboration strategies for a period of time, if not forever. Authenticity over perfection. Guess what? If everything's perfect, we know that I don't have that challenge with making things perfect. But if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, or not taking action and not making decisions and not picking an influence or not doing anything or testing a strategy because you never get it off the ground because you're waiting for everything to be perfect, guess what? Nothing is ever perfect. And what you did today that you thought was perfect is going to get laughed at tomorrow because other things around you have always changed in the time that you're creating something. So just get it out there, take action, be yourself, and make the world a better place. Future of influencer marketing, I don't see it going away anytime soon. If anything, it's probably going to get stronger. I think with AI, artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality, AR, augmented reality, you're going to see nothing but influencer marketing growth. They're saying that there's going to actually be virtual influencers, like digital creations of, I guess they'd be people or perfect ideal customers that are going to promote and do collaborations because they'll have their own, way of influencing and having their own. Well, now you can have fake social media challenges, or channels or accounts. So of course, virtual digital people and brand people can probably have them if they don't already. Haven't been looking for that, but I bet it's out there. I bet somebody's figured that out already. All right, that's all I've got today. Are you using influencers in your marketing or in your business at all? Share in the comments below your lessons learned. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting strategy and how you might be able to use it to supersize and grow your business. Have a great day.